on Fiji Village on record this afternoon. I'm Vijay Narayan here in the Fiji Village newsroom, and we're focusing on the Truth and Reconciliation Commission hearings, an important hearing taking place today. That's the former military spokesperson, Lieutenant Colonel retired Filippo Tarakinikinis, and his wife Amele Tambuya Tarakinikinis appearing before the commission and talking about their experiences, mainly for Lieutenant Colonel Tarakinikinis. He spoke about joining the army and right from 1987, and mainly focusing on the 2000 political upheaval, which involved the parliament takeover by George Speight and the rebel group. And of course, for those who remember, Tarakinikinis then became the military spokesperson and also was one of the negotiators in trying to speak to George Speight and group to get the release of the then hostage Prime Minister Mahendra Chaudhry and his government that were in Parliament held in hostage or as hostages for 56 days at the Parliament complex in Veuto. Now, Tarakinikinis said if Fiji is to move forward, the country must confront its history honestly, acknowledge the suffering experienced across communities, and commit to building trust through transparency and national unity. He also spoke about all the events that took place, and his reflections underscored the need for shared responsibility across society, highlighting truth-telling, moral leadership, and ethics education as key pillars for sustainable reconciliation. He also talked about the complex situations that he had to deal with. His stories provided insight into complex institutional pressure, operational realities, and difficult decisions that define the period. In recounting these events, Tarakinikinis also described tension between maintaining military discipline and navigating a rapidly evolving national crisis. And it wasn't easy as the government was held hostage for 56 days. His wife, Amele Tambuya Tarakinikinis, also described the personal toll that the aftermath of the 2000 crisis took on their family. She shared about the allegations made against her husband, the uncertainty and displacement that followed, and the emotional and financial strain that weighed heavily on their marriage, their children, and their extended family. She briefly recalled years marked by fear, social isolation, stigma, and hardship. Mrs. Tarakinikinis shared how their children carried the emotional burden of those years, including the discovery that one daughter's learning difficulties were linked directly to trauma experienced during that period. She also spoke of resilience and described how faith, trusted friendships, counseling support, and a shared commitment to family helped them endure the years of uncertainty. Lieutenant Colonel retired Filippo Tarakinikinis, of course, went on to serve in many missions and UN postings, and that included in Israel, Nepal, Middle East, North Africa, including missions in Iraq, Sudan, Syria, Yemen, and Libya. He then returned to the UN headquarters in New York and served as Chief Middle East and North Africa with the Department of Safety and Security until taking early retirement in December 2022. He is currently Fiji's permanent representative to the United Nations in New York. That's the latest so far here at Fiji Village. I'm Vijay Narayan.